I sold my soul to the devil for a designer. They said go to hell, but I told them I don't want it. If you know me well, then you know that I ain't going.
Hello everybody, my name is Nicholas James Amston, and welcome back to Cardwire. Today I wanted to discuss my top free agents for the Arizona Cardinals to sign, and then this list is not really based off money things or anything, just kind of off needs and some of my favorite players that it would be really interesting to see on the team. I doubt we could get 2 out of 5 of these guys with the contracts they'll be asking for. And then also it's in no in particular order. I just wanted to discuss some guys that I thought would be really good on the Arizona Cardinals for next year and work in this offense and defense that we're running to really take us to the next level. Starting off with number 1, Yannick Ngakoue. An amazing D lineman. He has been playing in Jacksonville for 4 years. He's really stepped up his game in the last couple of years. He was honestly someone who was kind of a nobody, but then came out of nowhere and really took the league by storm and has honestly looked like one of the better defensive linemen in the league. He would look really good across from Chandler Jones and really give us an edge. And I mean that in 2 ways. He can get pressure, who can get sacks, and who can help in the run game a lot because he is pretty good in the run. And just as a bonus, he has a really great personality. His stats for the last year were 8 sacks, 36 tackles, and interestingly enough, he had an interception and 6 passes defended. And that just kind of goes to show you how much of like an athletic beast this guy is. He understands when a quarterback's going to throw the ball. He gets to the ball, being able to swat it down, and he gets sacks as well in the same breath. He would be an amazing addition to the Cardinals' defensive line, and I would love to see him here next year. He's an offensive guy. Amari Cooper. Amari Cooper would 100% solve our issue for a number 1 wide receiver. He would look great with Christian Kirk as the number 2 and Larry Fitzgerald in the slot. He would really work in a Kyler Murray and Cliff Kingsbury offense. He is inconsistent at times, but he does also have games where he goes off for 100 and some yards and 2 touchdowns. He has insane games that make up sometimes for the inconsistency. And when we have a number 2 like Christian Kirk, that takes a lot away from him because you do have to cover Christian Kirk. He needs safety help with corners a lot of the time because he's a lot faster than he seems. And so when we have a number 2 like Christian, a number 1 like Amari, and a slot guy like Larry Fitzgerald, the best wide receiver ever, I think that Amari Cooper would really help our offense. He had 79 catches, 1,189 yards, 15.1 average per catch, 8 touchdowns. He would also, honestly, help open up the draft. And that means we don't need to worry at all about taking wide receiver first round. That whole thing is gone. Jerry Jeudy, CeeDee Lamb. If we give Amari Cooper a new contract, we're set. We don't need Jerry Jeudy. We don't need CeeDee Lamb. We can worry about things that we will need, more like offensive tackle, Jedrick Willis, people like that, and then also Isaiah Simmons on the defensive side of the ball. So Amari Cooper would help that whole need, and the draft we wouldn't need wide receivers. We wouldn't. If we drafted wide receivers after we got Amari Cooper, I think that's pretty ridiculous, especially because at that point we'd have Amari Cooper, Larry Fitzgerald, Christian Kirk, Andy Isabella, Hakeem Butler, Keyshawn Johnson, and I believe Damiere Byrd is on contract for another year. I'm not 100% sure about that. And as well as we have an option of re-signing him if he doesn't. And then also Pharaoh Cooper was a good wide receiver. I think we would be completely set at wide receiver if we picked up a guy like Amari Cooper. He was a great force of nature on the field, and honestly, I'd love to see him out there. It's a little bit of a weird one. I feel like a lot of people wouldn't have this guy in their top 5 for the Cardinals, but just some information that I grabbed from radio shows, Ron and Wolf and stuff like that, and just some other stuff is that Cliff Kingsbury is trying to implement more of an offense like the Ravens ran. And the Ravens had great tight ends. We have Max Williams coming back next year and Dan Arnold. We're going to look great with those 2 guys. I think they're very talented. But they're not at the level of Austin Hooper, who is an amazing receiving tight end. An amazing receiving tight end. Last year he had 75 catches, almost 800 yards, and 6 touchdowns. He looked insane. He plays insane. He blocks okay. It's not his specialty, but he can definitely be a receiving tight end, and I think that would look great in a Cliff Kingsbury ran offense. And I believe it would really take us to a new level if we had a tight end of this caliber. Just like it helped Lamar Jackson to have 3 amazing tight ends with Hayden Hurst, Nick Boyle, and Mark Andrews. Those are 3 amazing guys for him to throw to, and Austin Hooper could be our Mark Andrews. And I think it wouldn't be a huge contract, and it would be money well spent on a very talented guy. All right, everybody, that was Cardwire. If you liked it, please like it. If you want to see more, please subscribe. If you have ideas for another video, please comment below. Who would be some free agents you want the Cardinals to sign this offseason? And who were the guys that you disagreed with that I said? Do you feel like I could have made a better list? Do you think you can make a better list? Who are some guys you want to see on the Cardinals next year? It's my favorite team, and I believe it's something that definitely we are going to improve if we do well in free agency this year and Steve Keim actually spends money on good players. It'll be really interesting to see. Obviously, we have some issues with Kenyon Drake and David Johnson. We have to see what we're doing with that whole situation, but it's something to figure out. It'd be really interesting to hear what you guys think. And I hope you have a great day. Please kiss your dog on the lips, but not in a weird way, you freak.
I sold my soul to the devil for a designer. They said, go to hell, but I told them I don't wanna. If you know me well, then you know that I ain't going, cause I don't wanna die, yeah!
Hedgehog on the computer. What's he watching though?